Hi, this is Aaron with Zollotech. Today we have the shades cases. This is for the iPhone 3G or 3GS, and I thought we'd take a look at it. So I guess we'll take a look at the blue one. They're all obviously going to be the same, but thought I'd just show you the different colors we have here. This is the aqua color. And again, shades cases is pretty conscientious of the environment, and following along with the iPhone theme of it being much more recyclable. These are 100% recyclable, and we all know that's a good thing. If we're throwing them in a landfill or something, they're just going to sit there. These, on the other hand, are a little bit different. So let's take a look at this first and see what it says. So applying your case, clean your iPhone thoroughly with a damp cloth. I've already done that. This is ready to go. And gently slide your iPhone through the bottom opening of the case until your iPhone is completely covered. Do not force the case, it says. Your shades product is meant for long-lasting durability. Therefore, you can apply and remove the case as many times as you want without the outside seam tearing. And it says to remove your shades, hold the iPhone upside down and on the palm of your hand, and squeezing the sides, push the top of the case with your thumb. And that's pretty simple. Regular cleaning of your phone, and then we have some environment, or it says recycling and the environment. Recycling in the environment is very important to shades cases, like I mentioned before. For this reason, shades cases feel that it's not necessary to have very big complicated packaging that most people throw away. That's why there's no box. Your shades product, their packaging, and even the shipping mailers are recyclable. So when the time comes, please recycle your shades case, the packaging, and even this booklet. And it says be creative. Packaging always gets thrown away so quickly with products. Think of ways to reuse your packaging. Use it when you ship something else. Keep small belongings inside. Be as creative as possible. And that's great. And the other thing too is, there's a little help, and talks about the case. So obviously really well thought out as far as environment goes. I don't know how good of a case it is. I haven't used it, but let's go ahead and take a look. So this part is clear, and this has like a seam here, and we've got the cutouts for the front and the back. Looks like we're going to slide the phone in here, and I don't want to touch too much just because I don't want to get smudges on the inside, but just feeling that seam, I mean, there's no rough spots. You'd think this feels like a vinyl. So let's go ahead. This phone's all set and ready to go, and it's kind of a snug fit here, but it seems like it says don't force it, just snug. There it is. You can see it's going in. It's a pretty tight fit, but you want that for a case. And there it is. Now let's see how this works, because I haven't used one of these before, like I said. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's about lined up where they want you to have it. Nice blue color. Let me see what it says, because it does say, I don't know if you can see that, but there's some bubbles here, some air bubbles, and as I'm touching the screen you can see that. With that on, you can't really see that much. Maybe if I hold it at an angle, but got all these different apps and things. Let's see what it says about this, because I have read about complaints on this. As I started to look at shades cases, I want to know more about them. It says air bubbles on the screen. If you happen to get blotches on your iPhone screen due to the plastic sticking to the screen, slide the case off slightly, or slide the case slightly off the iPhone and then reapply. Eventually this will fade away as the product is used more. So I guess it's just a matter of use. Let's turn this off so you can see it a little bit better. So you can see that could be a little bit of an issue, and what it said is hold it upside down and I guess push to slide this out. Now you can see the different colors. I guess there's 12 different colors in total. I didn't remember how many just off the top of my head. Yeah, you can see you can push it, and that lifts the air up, I think is what they're getting at, is it allows air back in there. So this is definitely a unique take on a case. Now I don't know if I have this perfect on here. I don't think this is in here perfectly, but it looks pretty close. So if you look at this switch on the side, It makes it a little bit more difficult to get to, but you can see how thin this case is. I don't know if I can bring this up closer so you can see that. The case itself is pretty thin, which I like. I like to just throw these in my pocket. Now this material is vinyl, or it feels like it's vinyl or some sort of plastic. You can see a little bit of blotches, but like it said, with use, I guess that'll go away. So we'll see after I use this for a little while. Now, one thing though is it definitely makes it less slippery to hang on to. Anyone that has an iPhone knows it can be pretty slippery when you're hanging on to it, and I'm always afraid I'm going to drop it out of my hand. Now this case I really like as far as size, because you're really not adding bulk to your case. You don't have to use water to apply to it and worry about that. As much as I like how thin it keeps the case, or keeps the iPhone, I don't really like using water or liquid to apply it, even though it did work out well. The best skins ever, if you've seen that video. But as far as material, this feels a little similar. It feels a little tougher, actually. I don't know how tough it is comparatively, but it definitely feels like it might be a little bit stronger than that case. Now here you can see there's a seam right here, and you have the rocker switches, or the rocker volume up and volume down. Now I don't think that's going to be a problem. Yeah, no problem to push them, but you have, well, you see that? You have a little less sensitivity as far as this goes, but that's, I guess, in the way it's constructed. Cutout around the camera is perfect. Looks to be lined up well. Now this isn't as lined up as well, and I think I've got this in here a little bit crooked. Let me check that out in a second, but let me just let me open the App Store. So pushing the button looks a little bit like it's a little screwy too, and sensitivity is good though. Feels the same. This is actually pretty slippery, much more slippery than like a ZAGG or a Best Skin Ever. So that makes for nice feedback. The iPhone feels just as sensitive as it is without it. Let me see if I can slide this out of here and readjust it and get it a little bit better. Now obviously you have these different color choices, and it is a little bit difficult to get out. You can see, let's see if I can kind of shift it around a little bit. Play around with that a little bit. It looks pretty good. I'm going to try some other colors as well, but for the most part, no problem. You have easy to push right here. Now the bottom is flared a little bit, and it's pushed all the way. Yeah, it's definitely pushed all the way up. You can see the bottom. The chrome is a little bit exposed. You've got your speaker, your microphone. Excuse me, and this has a little slit here. Now that's going to be a good thing for a dock because this is very thin, but the other thing is it is flared a little bit on the bottom, which may allow some dust to get in there. Like I said, I'll let you know after I use this for a little while, and I'll try the other cases and see how they look as well, and you know, I'll let you know my thoughts on it. I've never used one of these, so I want to be honest with it. So if you have any questions, though, and something you'd like to know more about that I haven't covered, definitely feel free to ask. These are Shades cases from shadescases.com, and this is Aaron with Zollotech. I'll see you next time.